Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining us this morning on A Cup of Joe. This is curry pilau. It is one of the latest internet sensations, Facebook sensations on local streams. Everybody's making curry pilau now. This gentleman, Chef Finbar, known in the real world as Barry Bartholomew.
Exactly.
He says he's one of the first persons that created the curry pilau.
Copyright.
You've been making curry pilau how long?
I would say 25 years.
25 years?
Mm-hmm. There are people who now started making, they figured out the first. 25 years. It's pretty much a pilau with your favorite spices, Indian spices put into it, you know. Same pigeon peas and whatnot, but it's a different twist on pilau.
The first time I heard of it was when David Wares put it up on Facebook. And I said, but why I did not think of that?
Right.
Pilau, I love pilau.
It makes sense, right?
I love curry.
Right.
Curry pilau.
Curry pilau.
I said, why I didn't think of that?
Exactly.
What makes this even better, and why Chef Finbar is here this morning, is that he has this wonderful product. Chef Finbar Tomato Chutney CHOKA. The first time, and I'm not saying it because he's here on A Cup of Joe.
Right.
The first time I tasted this
Upmarket, right?
was at Upmarket. I visited the Upmarket.
Right.
And my wife picked up a couple bottles and
Right.
I brought it. She thought I would have liked it. And I tasted it.
I remember you passed by.
Yes.
And I was like, Mr. Joel, this is your play of the day. This is the play of the day. He was like, play of the day.
But I mean, you could put this on anything. I was putting this on everything I had,
Right.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Really?
And it's a condiment that can go with anything. And just you to back up a little bit for me.
Right.
Tomato chutney CHOKA sounds simple, but this you got to taste this to understand what it is. How did you conceptualize this?
To be honest, this was a chutney that my mother used to make years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we all loved that chutney she made. And I just kind of embellished it with a little more spices, make it a little more spicy than the regular Trinidad CHOKA.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty much fresh tomatoes that are sort of steamed down really slowly, about 2 hours of cooking down, and a bunch of spices. And I could list them off like cardamom, cumin, coriander, jeera, of course, bunch of spices, paprika, chili, the works.
And all just comes together.
It all comes together
in a tomato chutney.
Pretty much, yeah.
Chutney CHOKA.
Yeah.
I mean, break that down, because you hear chutneys,
Right.
and then you hear CHOKA.
Right.
It's two different things.
It is two different things, yeah. Internationally, there's a lot of chutneys. Even locally, there's a lot of chutneys.
Right.
The CHOKA element was just sort of they have chutney soka. Yeah. And again, like the curry pilau, I figured combine the two.
Right.
Chutney CHOKA. And it's a similar sort of flavor to the Trinidad CHOKA.
Right.
Just a spicier version,
Yeah.
you know, with a lot of authentic northern Indian spices,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Separate spices. There's no curry powder inside this. It's all separate spices.
No curry powder.
No. In fact, in India, northern and southern India, they consider curry powder like a quick fix.
Right.
You know, so they never use curry powder actually in India. They use the separate spices from the curry powder. They toast those separately, and certain recipes have different spices.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, I've seen it. International curry, basically.
Yeah,
International curry. So you're bottling this now for a couple of years, and this is now on the shelves.
Correct.
You have also come from a very diverse background.
Correct.
You didn't start putting this in a pan. You're a chef by profession.
Right.
But before being a chef, you were involved very much in the pan movement.
Pan, correct. Panaz Players was my band, yeah. I formed Panaz mainly for the Pan Ramaji. Remember Pan Ramaji?
Pan Ramaji.
Pan Ramaji.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, right?
Back in the day.
There was a generation of didn't even know about Pan Ramaji.
You're about 70 years old now?
About that. But Pan Ramaji, we won Pan Ramaji 4 years straight.
Right.
And a bunch of great players, you know, from All Stars mostly, and a couple from Desperados and whatnot. Yeah. And we won the Ramaji, and then we started to do the touring overseas, the jazz festivals, Boston Symphony Hall, the works. It was a great period of my life.
And then what transformed for you to start doing, or were you a chef all along?
I always loved to cook.
Right.
My mother's a great cook. My father as well.
Yeah.
He claims he makes the best curry beef in not just Trinidad, the entire world.
Right.
So I got a lot of learning from my mother growing up and whatnot, you know. So then I decided, when the band disbanded, I said, well, what's my next passion? And I realized, of course, I've always loved to cook.
Yeah.
But I never took it seriously as a possible career.
Right.
You know. So in fact, when I left the steel band world, I went and did a course in recording engineering, a video production course in Rockport, Maine.
Right.
And still wasn't quite settled on what I wanted to sort of base myself at.
Yeah.
And then I went to New York and did a culinary course in ICE, the Institute of Culinary Education.
Right.
And that's kind of where it's
That's where it started.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where it started.
And then I worked in New York for 10 to 12 years in 3 different restaurants.
Right.
You know,
So as I said, you can put this on everything. You've brought some
Right.
stuff. Tell me exactly what you brought.
Correct.
Let's start with what seems to be the simplest.
Yeah, I would always say people love to have a glass of red wine and on your favorite cracker
Yes.
and your favorite cheese. It pairs very well, I think, with cheese and crackers. So pretty much,
So that's cream cheese.
I use cream cheese, yep, a little bit of cilantro and your favorite cracker. And it's just a nice sort of pairing and balance, you know. It's nice with especially red wine, you know.
You're preaching to the concrete,
Right.
you know. But I mean, for those
You've
out
tried
there,
it on egg
on everything.
and cornflakes.
On everything, I tried it on.
You can also cook with it.
You can cook with it. So this is a dish
Correct.
that you actually prepared using this as.
Correct. That was the main ingredient. I just did the usual thing: saute some onions, garlic, and ginger. Throw in your shrimp
Yeah.
and throw in your chutney choka,
Yeah.
and pretty much that's it.
And with some
Let it bubble a bit, some bell peppers, and of course a little cilantro just for a pretty look.
I think
Try
rice is
Basmati rice.
Basmati
Yeah,
rice.
exactly.
Oh my word.
So all the flavors sort of pop out, and the shrimp adds an extra element, you know. Yeah. So
And this is?
this one here actually is a creation myself and a friend just happened to stumble upon. I love
Looks like-
kachori. It's like kachori. I love kachori. I love sahina.
I would say it looks like little sahinas.
Yeah. So pretty much it's a combination of the two.
So
Kachori and sahina.
sahina.
So I call it kachina. I think that sounds pretty
And
good, right?
it got me interested.
Exactly.
It got me interested.
So it's your fresh chana, fresh split peas, soaked overnight, ground up as the way you would kachori, and add some dasheen leaves, some callaloo bush. Again, this pairs very nicely with your chutney choka, you know,
You can put this on a car tire,
on a cart tire.
on a front end bumper.
Right, exactly.
And it's going to taste good. Where can people get it now, Chef?
It's in all the gourmet stores.
All the gourmet
From
stores.
Adams to Artie's, Bloom's, Maria's, any sort of petit gourmet, you know.
all the gourmet stores.
Yeah, exactly.
And literally it's a condiment,
It's a condiment.
but you could also, as
It
you
could,
said,
it could be a dip,
Yeah.
condiment, and also you can cook with it.
you
So
could
it's
cook
very
with it.
versatile.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
You still, I'm seeing you still doing music.
I'm not actually playing with the band. Well, of course, the band is banded, but I
Right.
don't play pan anymore. This was actually recorded, remixed and remastered in December.
Right.
December gone. And it's the best of our 4 CDs. We have 4 CDs, including our
Okay.
Christmas album, which is a great seller at Christmas time. And this has been remixed, remastered by Sean Poland, Robin Foster, and Martin Mice Raymond.
Okay.
So the
Excellent.
sound quality is really the talking point of this particular.
So you've left playing the pan to sauteing.
Right,
the pan.
same thing. It's just from
Yeah.
playing the pan to
sauteing in the pan.
in the pan. So same thing, yeah, exactly. Another transition.
Barry Bartholomew, ladies and gentlemen, dropping inside Buy Local, Cook Local this morning. And I mean, Barry, this is as good as it gets in terms
Thank
of,
you.
I mean, it's one of the products that I think I can fully endorse because before I knew Barry.
You stumbled upon it yourself.
Before I knew who Barry was, I was eating this out of drinking it, literally. Yeah, I was drinking it. Yeah.
They got a hot version and a mild version. I hope it was the mild version you were drinking. This is the hot one, hot and spicy.
It's not as spicy, but there's
Yeah.
a mild,
There's a mild
there's a
version
mild one as well
Yeah,
for those who
exactly.
can't take the excessive
Yeah,
heat.
heat,
Hey,
yeah.
thank you very much, Barry.
You're welcome.
Chef Finbar, look out for it. Chef Finbar tomato chutney choka. You can get it on the shelves at all the gourmet stores around town. Chef Finbar, thank you very much.